children. It's lovely to see you again. And this is the last story this term until September. The story today is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I know I read it at the beginning of the year, but this is a really lovely classic story and the illustrations are absolutely beautiful. I hope you enjoy it as much as I have and notice a pattern in the story. Shall we have a look? Once upon a time there were 3 bears who lived in a little house in the wood. Father Bear was a very big bear, Mother Bear was a medium-sized bear, and Baby Bear was just a tiny little bear. One morning, Mother Bear cooked some porridge for breakfast. She put into 3 bowls. There was a very big bowl for Father Bear, a medium-sized bowl for Mother Bear, and a tiny little bowl for Baby Bear. The porridge was rather hot, so the 3 bears decided to go for a walk in the wood while it cooled. Now, at the edge of the wood, in another little house, there lived a little girl. Her golden hair was so long that she could sit on it. She was called Goldilocks. On that very same morning, before breakfast, Goldilocks also went for a walk in the wood. Soon, Goldilocks came to a little house where the 3 bears lived. The door was open and she peeped inside. When she saw that no one was there, she walked straight in. Goldilocks saw the 3 bowls of porridge and the 3 spoons on the table. The porridge smelled good and Goldilocks was hungry because she had not had her breakfast. Goldilocks picked up a very big spoon and tasted the porridge in the very big bowl. It was too hot. Then she picked up the medium-sized spoon and she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. It was too lumpy. Then she picked up the tiny little spoon and tasted the porridge in the tiny little bowl. It was just right. Soon she had eaten it all up. Then Goldilocks saw 3 chairs, a very big chair, a medium-sized chair, and a tiny little chair. She sat in the very big chair. It was too high. She sat in the medium-sized chair. It was too hard. Then she sat in the tiny little chair. It was just right. But was the tiny little chair just right? No, Goldilocks was rather too heavy for it. The seat began to crack and then it broke. Oh dear, Goldilocks had broken the tiny little chair and she was very sorry. Next, Goldilocks went into the bedroom. There she saw the 3 beds, a very big bed, a medium-sized bed, and a tiny little bed. She felt tired and thought she would like it to sleep. So Goldilocks climbed upon the very big bed. It was too hard. Then she climbed upon the medium-sized bed. It was too soft. Then Goldilocks lay down on the tiny little bed. It was just right. Soon she was fast asleep. Before long, the 3 bears came home for breakfast. Father Bear looked at his very big porridge bowl and said in a very loud voice, "Who's been eating my porridge?" Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized porridge bowl and said in a medium-sized voice, "Who's been eating my porridge?" Baby Bear looked at his tiny little bowl and said in a tiny little voice, "Who's been eating my porridge and has eaten it all up?" Next, Father Bear looked at his very big chair. "Who has been sitting in my chair?" he asked in a very loud voice. Then Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized chair. "Who has been sitting in my chair?" she asked in a medium-sized voice. Then Baby Bear looked at his tiny little chair. "Who's been sitting in my chair and has broken it?" he said in a tiny little voice. Next, the three bears went into the bedroom. Father Bear looked at his very big bed. "Who's been lying on my bed?" he asked in a very loud voice. Mother Bear looked at her medium-sized bed. "Who's been lying on my bed?" she asked in a medium-sized voice. Baby Bear looked at his tiny little bed. "Here she is!" he cried, making his tiny little voice as loud as he could. "Here is the naughty girl who has eaten my porridge and broken my chair. Here she is!" At the sound of their voices, Goldilocks woke up, and when she saw the three bears, she jumped off the bed in fright. She rushed down the stairs, through the cottage door, and disappeared into the wood. And by the time the three bears reached the door, Goldilocks was out of sight, and the three bears never saw her again. The end. Did you enjoy that? That was quite different to the last one I read you, wasn't it? Did you notice something in the story? Yes, thinking about sizes. What was big? Yes, the three porridge bowls. Do you think the little bowl would be enough for Daddy? No. So, a big bowl for Daddy, a medium-sized bowl for Mummy, and a small bowl for Baby. And the same for the chairs and the bed. But I also want you to talk to your family about what Goldilocks did. Was that a really good choice? I don't think so. But I'm going to leave that with you and your family to talk about. And I've got to say bye-bye now. But I also want to wish you a happy summer. Stay safe and have lots of fun. And we'll see you in September. Take care.